Jain, sir.
Jai Agna, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Okay. Right. So this is the first time you're going for SSB?
Yes, sir. This will be my first time.
Where are you from?
Sir, I am from Bhopal. And however, because my father is an ex-army officer, so I don't define myself as being from one place itself. So I've spent 12 years of my school life in Pune. After that, 4 years of my college life in Chandigarh, followed by Raipur for a brief moment, and now permanently settled in Bhopal.
Okay.
Yes.
But by the spelling of your name, I assume you should be either from Bhopal, from Bengal or Assam.
Yes, sir. I was born in Kolkata and my mother tongue is Bengali. But because my parents are born and brought up in Madhya Pradesh, so at home also my name is only Bengali, but we speak in Hindi itself.
Okay. So you settled in Bhopal.
Bhopal, yes, sir.
The longest time that you spent is in Bhopal or in Pune?
I'm sorry, sir.
The longest time that you spent
Yes, sir.
is Bhopal or Pune?
It was in Pune, sir. The longest time, 12 years.
Okay.
So,
Right. So what are the attractions and interesting things in Bhopal?
So Bhopal is a very vibrant city. It has both Hindu and Muslim cultures, a mix of it. So historically, it is dominated by the Muslim Nawabi culture because the Nawabs have been the primary rulers of Bhopal for many years, centuries, and so that's why highlighting that Nawabi culture, Bhopal has many tourist attractions like the Gauhar Mahal, the Noor Sabha Palace, the Shaukat Mahal, and also the Jehnuma Palace, which has now also been converted into a hotel. And then the Tajul Masjid is also there in Bhopal, which is the one of Asia's largest mosques. And coming towards other attractions, the upper lake, which is known as the Bada Talab, is a major tourist attraction in Bhopal, which not only has boating facilities, but it also has water sports facilities as well. A lot of water sports tournaments are held over there. The lower lake or the Chota Talab is also there, again a primary water sports destination. Then followed by the Van Vihar National Park, highlighting Madhya Pradesh's wildlife tourism, is also there in Bhopal. And a few kilometers away from Bhopal, we have the Sanchi Stupa as well in the small town of Sanchi, highlighting the Buddhist touches in the culture of Bhopal and Madhya Pradesh as a whole. And at the same time, Bhopal also has the Manubhan Tekri, which is a few kilometers from Bhopal military station. And Manubhan Tekri is a hilltop where the Jain Mandir is also there, and there is also a ropeway over there. People can trek there at regular intervals.
You seem to know a lot of things about Bhopal. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
In the lake that you mentioned, there is one statue. What is the significance of that?
Yes, sir. So it's the upper lake or the Bada Talab has a statue of Raja Bhoj, who is believed to be the king who founded the city of Bhopal. And that's why Bhopal, the name itself has come from the name from Bhojpal, because it was founded by Raja Bhoj. So it was known as Bhojpal before, but later it became Bhopal as a result.
Okay.
So,
Well, before we move on to the interview proper,
so
I'm sure the other candidates who are there also must be watching.
so
So, for the benefit of all of you, I just in brief tell you about the what the SSB interview is all about and what are the things that you can do to improve your performance there and what are the things you should pay attention preparing for the interview. Right?
So.
Thereafter, we'll go into our interview.
So.
Okay? So, it's for the benefit of all of you sitting there. Firstly, the interview is one of the techniques used in the SSB to assess a candidate's suitability for joining the armed forces. So basically, there are three techniques in the SSB, which is through which the candidate is assessed to assess the candidate's personality from three different directions. One is the GTO technique, which sees you in action. You perform certain tasks there, and as an individual and as well as a part of the group. So the interview of the GTO assesses you as an individual, as a part of the group. So basically, to see how effective or how well can you perform the task as part of the group, as a leader of the group, and various aspects of that. The psychologists test you through the four psychological tests that you give, starting from your TAT to WAT to your situation reaction test and SD. So based on what you write about yourself or write about the pictures that you see or the words you associate with, the psychologist takes your dossier, goes through it, and then makes up his mind about your personality. The interviewing officer spends the least time with you. In fact, as a technique, we spend about maximum of about 45 minutes to 1 hour talking to you, talking to the candidates, and try and make out whether the candidate is suitable to join the armed forces or not. So the interview technique proper uses the technique of speech. That's also called the vacha, through which we interact with you verbally and try and explore your childhood, your past, your adolescent period, your family, your friends, your various activities, your interests, your hobbies, and how you have handled your various career options, goals, how much have you worked towards that, what kind of problems you have faced, how did you overcome those problems, what kind of support you got from your environment, from your family, from friends, from various other things. And that is to see what kind of background you come from, how have you utilized your various available options that you had, and the facilities that you had in your institutions, in your family, and all that. So based on that, we try and analyze what kind of a person you are and what kind of a person you would develop with some training in the army, and whether you will be suitable after that army. This is in brief. So firstly, to be prepared for the interview, you should be, ideally a candidate should be well read, well aware of the surroundings, what is happening there, what are the things which the interest of the nation, interest of the community, interest of the environment. So those kind of issues which affect us as a part of the whole biosphere that we live in. And also international relations and relations with neighboring countries. These kind of things, general awareness is one of the things that we see. Then how have you coped up with your studies, and how much have you absorbed about your the conceptual clarity of your what you're studying, and also what kind of goals you set and how have you hoped to achieve that. So well-read person is generally better prepared. Well-read means typically reading a book or something. Well-read means it can be anything. Basically, how you assimilate information, how you assimilate data and call out what is important for you. And so generally you are aware what's happening around you, international relations, geographical things, environmental things. Those kind of, you are able to place yourself here, and you see areas around you and what things affect you. You are generally cope with that, and you are prepared for what is likely to happen. So that is one basic requirement for any intelligent human being will do. Just know what is happening around it. And then we have this uh, PAQ forms that you fill in. These forms are very important. Important in the manner that what you feel is your own choice, isn't it? So nobody will tell you feel this, you feel that, or anything. So what you feel there should be genuine, truthful, and you should feel only those things which you actually done, or you actually most of the things. In fact, 100% of what you feel there is about you. It has nothing to do with any other external knowledge or anything. It is all about you, candidates. So you feel about your own education, your own marks, your own address, your own parents' education and other things, income. You feel about your own hobbies and interests. You feel about what all you have done, extracurricular, co-curricular activities, NCC experience, work experience, whatever you have to fit there, your weight, height, and all those things. So everything is about yourself. So there is no other external agency which is involved in guiding you, coaching you, or anything to fill in there. So this is an independent declaration that you make about yourself, and that should be correct. And you should read through each and every line in the PHQ and fill up every data that they ask for. For example, if they say to place of maximum residence, you should not blindly write your home address or something like that. So there is various whether your place is a district headquarter or not. So you should be able to understand that and say yes or no. Then about your brothers, sisters, and all, elder brother, elder sister, younger brother, younger sister. So the appropriate column you should strike out and write, and plus your education wherever you have, you should write about. Most of the people just write the year and the percentage, and then in the graduation column, if you have done something, write what you are doing in the graduation and what is the progress of that, what have been the, if you have finished graduation, then what have been your marks and those kind of things. So the most important thing, most important document which you fill on reaching SSB towards your assessment is PHQ, Personal Information Questionnaire, which is voluntary in nature. You can fill anything that you want. You can say you are an Olympic athlete, but if you are not able to convince the interviewing officer that you are taking part in the Olympics, then you send a very bad message, isn't it? So you have to be very truthful about filling that. Then there is no great expectations from any candidate from there, because every candidate who comes there tries to put their best foot forward, tries to show that they are good. So that is natural. You go for any interview, any candidate, however good or bad he is, will try and show his positive side. So there is nothing that which is going to help you by just fully projecting the thing. The interviewing officer's job or any assessor's job is there to see how good you is the first job. Secondly, is there any problems with you? Problem means do you have any personality, traits which are not conducive for armed forces service. So that is the primary job of the assessors there in the SSB, to see whether even though you are good, you should not be having any serious lacunae in your personality which can impinge on your performance in the armed forces. Then most candidates are very, very hesitant to answer few things, like if you say that you always try to put up the best foot forward and try to impress the interviewing officer. Interviewing officers mostly are very student speaking, and therefore you don't have to impress him. You just have to talk the truth. Being truthful actually helps you in many ways. You don't have to have the additional stress of trying to remember what you said. And then there is no, typically in Hindi we say gundi, like you will find that there is some hidden agenda behind a question. There is no hidden agenda. It's a plain simple question, you just answer. The interviewer also will be able to make out whether what you are talking is in a manner that he wants to assess you. That is his job. He will do. And most of the candidates try and assess the assessor, which is not required, because you don't have to assess anybody. You are a candidate, you just go and present yourself, to put your best foot forward, answer the questions. Less you leave it to the assessor to do the job. And unnecessarily don't justify few things, don't explain or don't repeat things on your own. If the interviewing also wants any, any illustration, elaboration, or in detail he wants to query something, you can go in for that. But many candidates have this habit of telling something and then trying to explain, which is not required. Your body language is another important thing. You should be as much as possible be stress free. There has to be some stress, there will be always stress, but possibly stress is one thing which picks up your adrenaline and makes you alert and which helps you. But beyond a certain stage, stress becomes very negative contributor to any performance. So you should avoid being under undue stress. And undue stress comes because of two things. One is self-doubt. Self-doubt is a major problem with this thing because though you have prepared well, you always have a problem if this comes what will you do, that comes what will you do, if you ask for this, those kind of things. And secondly, stress also puts you in a cage. Your body language changes the moment you say, and it creates other issues like you're not able to present something very in a manner that it is very you're not able to create an impact, or sometimes your body language can also, even if you are talking the truth, your body language can go against it. So those kind of things are caused by stress, which you can avoid. And once you are in front of the interviewing officer, you just take it that the maximum he can do is not going to do anything beyond maybe not recommending you. That's it, isn't it? The ball is going to maximum damage he can do to you, or damage means maximum that you can. So you are not selected, you are not recommended. So beyond that, you don't have to worry. You are prepared for this thing. Prepare well, go face the interview, and then as much as possible be stress free. Most important thing during interview is being attentive. You have to be attentive. Most of you are thinking about how to answer, what all you are prepared, what is the flow, what all is going to ask, because you all gone through certain videos and preparation. And also you know the exact sequence of questions which are coming, so you're memorizing that and to follow a sequence which is absolutely unnecessary. Because if you do that, you will not be able to focus on the questions he is asking. And if you pay attention to the questions, understand the questions well, then you can answer accordingly. If you don't, then you will be only rattling out what you are come prepared with, which may or may not match with the requirement of the interview. So, and also avoid slangs. These days, you have the internet, social media are full of slangs and language, the gibberish which you use. Which is a formal interview, try and be as formal as possible. So it is actually very difficult for the younger generation to be very formal, but as formal as possible is better. Formal means not being withheld. Be open but be formal. Like you say, you say something. You will say, father is a better way of putting across about my father does this, my dad does this. Or some people may call something else. So what happens is being formal is using the appropriate language, appropriate way of telling the tone, and which will help you, because interview is all about the way you speak. And then lastly, you need to be focused on the interview, and you should do the interview. You should try and say that you are focused on what you want to do. That you are joining the armed forces, so you are focused. That means your focus means it's not just that I want to become so and so. It should be backed with hard work. You should show that you have put in so much of effort towards this focal point. That is your goal of becoming an armed forces officer. So what kind of effort you have put in, that should be visible from your activities, from your preparation, from your way to come, and also your determination to pursue this goal till it is achieved. Because we find even number of candidates, they get selected in 8th attempt, 9th attempt, So these candidates probably show the kind of focus that they want to become an armed forces officer, and they've also shown the kind of effort they are putting in every time they are improving, and they have the determination to pursue this goal. So if you show a very casual attitude and then you say, okay, I have given this also, this also, this also, this also, and then so the interview also will say, okay, you was one of the options and probably you are just giving several this thing, wherever you qualify, you will go and join. All the candidates should do this. There is nothing wrong in applying for a number of employment avenues. But wherever you go, whichever interview you go for, whichever job, you should be prepared for that job. Suppose you go for to join a tech company or a IT company or any other thing, you will go well prepared about the company's data and company's information and other things, and then say how the company has fared in the past few years, what are the future plans for the company, whatever news you know about the company. Similarly, about the armed forces, you want to join the Air Force, you want to join the Navy, you want to join the Army, you should know about that particular armed service to some extent at least, because see, if a cricket fan, he is interested in cricket, he knows so many data about cricket. How many records have been made, who is the best player, who is the weak player, who is the best man of the match, and all this information, because he has got an interest in that. Similarly, a person joining the armed forces should also have a similar kind of a focus and interest, which should come out during the interview. It will give you a better impact. So focus on that. And also, if you don't know something, it is better to say tell the interviewing officer, sir, I don't know, I check up and let you know, or something like that, rather than try to make up something which will make you, maybe probably into more trouble during the interview. Okay? So, with that, I think we are prepared now to go into the interview. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right now, in the next about half an hour to 45 minutes,
So,
we shall be talking about you and your activities.
so,
I know something about you from the form that you have given, the PAP form.
so,
But we shall now talk in greater detail and exchange more about your education, your hobbies and interests, your extracurricular co-curricular activities, friends, teachers and families. Right?
so.
So to start with, suppose you tell me about your education starting from 10th standard onwards. What are your percentage of marks that you scored in your final examinations till date? Which are the subjects you chose for further education after 10th standard? Which subjects you liked, which subject you did not like so much? What was the career options or goals that you had at the time when you chose this stream?
So,
And tell me about your extracurricular co-curricular activities that you've taken part during school and college. To what level have you participated? What have been achievements? You can also include your sports achievement if any. And tell me about your friend circle that you moved around during your college and school. How many friends did you have? Whom did you consider as close friends? Why did you consider them as close friends? And also tell me about some friends with whom you do not get along too well or you get along. Talk to me about the teachers you like the most and some who did not impress you. You can start.
I have pursued my class 10th from Bishop School, Pune, and my scores for class 10th was 97.6%. And after that, I took up physics, chemistry, mathematics, PCM, in which for class 12 for 10 plus 2. And in class 12th, I scored 96% overall. And at the same time, I took PCM because I wanted to pursue aeronautical engineering as a subject for my bachelor's. But after my 12th, I gave exams in a few colleges, but I could not get aeronautical engineering in the colleges of my choice because they did not admit students other than local students. So I joined Chandigarh University, which was providing aerospace engineering. And henceforth, I pursued my bachelor's in aerospace engineering with it was a 4-year course, and I got an overall percentage of 80.1% or 8.01% CGPA overall. And when it comes to my friend circle in school, I had very few friends. We were a group of 4 girls, and among all 3 of them, I used to consider my very, very close friends. And then in class 12th as well, we were together. Followed by in college, I had a good circle of friends with a few close friends, and my best friend in college was Dipanshu. But one person who I consider my best friend throughout, from school to college, and I've been in touch with her for many years, is Debulina Bhattacharya. She has been with me in school for many years, and we are still in touch with each other, and we still talk to each other about many things. I consider her my best friend because I consider her as a very practical person. She gives very logical reasons for anything that she does, and she's extremely loyal, very honest in her dealings. She's a very no nonsense kind of a person. So if I need any advice from her, any feedback from her regarding anything I do, I go to her, because I'm very sure that she will provide reliable feedback due to her very honest outputs about, and her honest words. So she does not sugarcoat her words, does not use sweet language. So it becomes easy to talk to her about anything. And at the same time, she's also a great listener. So that's also something that has helped me trust her a lot and share anything that I want with her. And when it comes to my extracurricular and co-curricular activities in school, I was briefly in many extracurricular activities. For example, I had participated for 1 year in debate, for 1 year in singing. I was a part of the school choir for 2-3 years, and at the same time, I had also participated in elocution competitions, in poetry writing competitions for a few months, for a few years. Briefly, I have done everything. And when it comes to sports, because I was a very academically inclined person, I was very passionate towards my studies. So I did not give much time to sports, but with my friends, I used to casually play badminton. And then in college, I have participated in various departmental level competitions, like anything that our clubs used to organize, from aeromodeling or any small activity like any aircraft incident investigation competition, things like that I participated in. And in school, I was in 12th standard, I was the house prefect for 1 year, the academic year for that time. And in college, I was the secretary of the aeromodeling club of our aerospace engineering department. And then when it comes to my friends, again, like I said, Debulina has been a constant friend in throughout. But in college as well, I created a few friends. But there were certain people in college who I didn't mix up well, not because I considered them as bad people, but I really admire people who are good listeners, who listen well before they speak. So there were 2-3 people who kept talking, kept listening, but when I wanted to tell them something, they would not listen, or they would say, okay, I have some work to do, thank you for listening. So they were not good listeners, so I did not feel open sharing anything with them. So that's the only reason why I did not mix up with them that much. Otherwise, for me, I don't consider anyone as a bad person. I have found very good classmates, very good colleagues in my school and college years as such. And the subjects which I liked in school, in class 10th, I used to like English and Hindi literature a lot. The primary reason was that because my teachers for these two subjects were really good. Mrs. Soumya Vardarajan ma'am was my English literature teacher, and she was my favorite teacher. I consider her as my favorite teacher because she always taught literature not as a story to be taught or not as a simple lesson to be taught, but also because she brought the story in reality for us. She used to use very elaborate gestures to explain, and it was a lot of fun too. And she used to also involve us as characters. She used to perform small skits as well, especially when she taught us any plays. So that's why it was a very interactive session, very interactive lectures, and I enjoyed with her. Hindi literature, the same. I have always been inclined towards stories a lot since a child. So these two subjects were my favorite in class 10th. Then in class 12th, my favorite subject was maths and physics. Maths because, again, my teacher played a big role in simplifying the concepts and teaching us. So maths was also a very fun class to attend. And physics also, my teacher, Mr. Greg Hilbert, who was the physics teacher at that time, he also made sure that we enjoyed the physics classes, and he explained physics concepts in an easy way. So these two subjects.
I'm not able to hear you.
Okay.
I think you're muted the.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So, and then in college, because I took up aerospace engineering, there were, for every year, there were many subjects which I liked, but the most primary subject I liked was. Just a minute. Sir.
Yeah, now I can hear.
नेट का होगा प्रॉब्लम.
Okay. Am I audible now, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. So, in college, my most favorite subject was strength of materials. We studied that for the first year, and then followed by aircraft maintenance and repair. These two were my favorite subjects because I have always envisioned doing something in aircraft maintenance. Since childhood, I really liked the tasks that aircraft maintenance engineers do. So naturally, those subjects were something I was always inclined in. So I found those subjects very, very interesting in college. And speaking of the teachers I liked, like I said earlier, sir, in school I liked Soumya Vardharajan ma'am. She was our literature teacher. And even in class 12, she taught us literature. So she has always been my favorite teacher. She always, one thing that I really liked about her was that she was always available for all of us, all of her students, even after classes, to clear doubts. And whenever possible, she also gave us her number so we could call her anytime we wanted and clear our doubts. And that's why we were all, mostly the students, her students were always top scorers in a subject like literature, and that too in ICSE board. So she made it very easy for us, and she was always available for all of us. So that's why she was my favorite teacher in school. And in college, my favorite teacher was Ajin Ranesh sir. He taught us aircraft maintenance and repair, and he also had the same approach towards his students. He was also always available for them. He also broke down concepts in a very simple way. So that's why he has also been my favorite teacher in college.
Okay. Good. I mean, you were happy with all the teachers, or you also must have had some teachers who did not impress you?
No, sir. I find myself very grateful to tell you that I was happy with all the teachers. All the teachers used to work very hard for us, be it in school, be it in college. So I don't find any teacher unlikable as such. I'm happy with all of them. So.
Right. So finally, you've taken B Bachelor of Engineering in Aerospace.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So when are you finishing this? You finished already?
Yes, sir. I finished my graduation in October 2025.
Okay. So what are you doing now?
So, sir, I have been preparing for written exams of defense. So, in 2025, after my graduation, I was preparing for AFCAT exam, and right now I'm preparing for the CDS exam as well. So, I have been in Bhopal preparing for these written exams right now.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Aerospace means it involves both aeronautic, aviation dynamics and space dynamics.
Yes, sir.
Or both of them.
Yes, sir. Both of it.
So, how does a plane take off? How does it develop that lift which is required to lift the plane from the ground?
Okay, sir. So, sir, in simple words, a plane takes off with the help of one part that it has, and which are the wings. So, these are long structural parts on either side of the body of the plane, which is known as the fuselage. So, wings are shaped in such a way that they produce a force upwards, which is known as the lift force. And this is the primary force which is responsible for the upward movement of the aircraft. And basically what happens, sir, is that when an aircraft, when it takes off, like it takes this direction, it points its nose like this. So the airflow over the wings, they separate from the front part, and in such a way that the curvature, because wings, if you see the cross section, sir, in the 2D part of the wing, then it is a curved wing. It is a curved shape, and that shape is known as airfoil shape. So the air, it goes backward in such a way that a pressure difference is created on both sides of the wing, upper part and
Can
lower
you
part.
explain this? That is exactly my question. How
Yes,
does
sir.
it create? Can you explain?
So, sir, what happens is that when the air, so am I audible?
Yeah, he's on.
Okay.
नहीं.
Lag ho raha hai, sir.
अब
Yes. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah. When you say that
Yes,
it
sir.
creates a pressure difference,
Sir.
so what is the pressure difference? Where is it high? Where is it low? And how is it created?
Okay, sir. So there is a principle, sir, in physics which is known as the Bernoulli's principle. So that principle states that where speed of the air becomes greater, the pressure of the air becomes lesser. It's a part of that principle. So a plane's wing follows that principle specifically. So what happens is, sir, because a plane's wing, if you notice, on the upper part it is more curved than the lower part, and there's a reason for that. That is exactly done so that when the air goes above the upper part, because of the greater distance, the speed increases, and that creates
Okay, good.
lower pressure above.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So if you fire a rocket,
So
not a rocket in the planes, like say in Bhopal somewhere, some open area,
yes, sir.
and the same rocket if you fire in a high altitude area,
So
okay?
so
So in about say about 20,000 feet, 25,000 feet, some place which is there, say Siachen Glacier, which is about 20,000
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
feet high.
Yes, sir.
So if you fire a rocket, the same rocket which you fire in Bhopal and this,
So
what is the difference in the range of this weapon? A rocket.
So, sir, in the higher altitude areas, because the density of air is very, very less, so what happens is that there is the air pressure in scientific, extremely technical terms, it's known as dynamic pressure. What happens is that it decreases it increases when the density is low. So what happens is that if we need to fire a rocket from, for example, the Siachen Glacier, we need to add more force to the rocket so that the rocket goes higher up. More force needs to be given so that greater pressure is applied, and that greater pressure is required simply because of the low density of air. But in Bhopal, as such, in sea level, that much extra pressure is not required because the air density is not very low. It is minimal, and I mean not minimal,
Okay,
but it is
higher density will provide higher resistance or lower resistance?
high density will provide lower resistance to the force which is applied while firing the rocket. The thrust force which is used to increase the altitude of the rocket, lower thrust is required because densities. Yes, sir.
No. Right. If you have taken part in debate?
Yes, sir. For 6 months, I did one time in class
Where?
9.
Which in school? Or
In school,
college?
yes, sir. In class 9, I was representing my house in one competition. That's it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what is this air incident investigation that you've taken part? You won a second place.
Yes, sir.
Can you
So
explain?
it was a competition, sir, held in my college when I was in third year. So the only third year students second and third year students could take part. So we had a club of our aerospace engineering department. They were known as computational club. So that club had organized this competition. What happened in this competition was that we were divided into different teams, and each team had to take up an aircraft incident which has happened in real life, and then we had to prepare a presentation investigating what happened and what are our ideas as a team that could be used to solve further accidents like that. So that was the competition. So basically the best idea would be the winner. So that was the competition basically in our college.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So that gives me a fairly good idea. But you said Debolina Bhattacharya
Yes, sir.
is your best friend.
Yes, sir.
and she's also no nonsense person who talks straight.
Yes, sir.
So what are the things that he has told you to improve?
So, sir, when I was in school, I had this habit of getting perturbed too much when there were stressful situations. So, and I used to go to her and I used to say that why is this happening to me, and why is this stressful situation coming to me? Why does this happen to me? So I used to complain a little bit a lot as a kid. So when I used to go to her, she used to say that there's absolutely no use in complaining. You are troubling your own self, and you will get
So
nothing by complaining like this.
if you have to sum up her, what she would tell that you need to improve in simple terms, like two, three qualities or two, three things that you need to improve. Without explanation, just tell me
So,
what are the two, three things that you need to improve as per the word.
she would tell me, sir, that not to take my work too seriously, because
Okay.
that is
Good.
one thing. I take my work too seriously. She will ask me not to overthink a lot about the consequences of any
Okay,
of my
understood.
actions.
Second.
Yes, sir.
Second.
So, and sir, second thing, she would also ask me to give her more time and not spend too much time on my work. She would ask me to
So
do
what
that.
does she do now?
She's currently working at HarperCollins Publishing Company, New Delhi, sir, as an apprentice, digital
So you
marketing.
both know each other very well.
Yes, sir.
What are the two or three things that you don't like about everybody?
So sometimes when I am not in a good mood, I expect her a little to be a little compassionate and use some nice words of compassion, but she does not use that. She's always very honest.
Okay?
So
Okay.
that is one thing that sometimes little bit I feel she can work on. And second thing is that she also does not take care of her health. She does not have a good sleep cycle. She stays awake all night. So that is also one thing. Her fitness is something I would like for her to work on. These are the only two things.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we keep hearing about women empowerment as a major topic
So,
in all spheres of life.
so,
What is the best thing that you can do to empower a woman?
so the best thing to do to empower women is first not coming at a point in any field where the need to empower women is not required at all, because they're already equal to men. So there is absolutely no need to differentiate that okay, women need to be empowered more. There is equal opportunities given to women and men. So that is the ideal situation in which I feel that women are completely empowered, and in any field. And also, if I come back to the basic place, sir, pause.
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Okay. Yes, sir. So even if we come to the basic structure of our home, the simplest thing is we watch our mothers working. The simple act of helping her out in anything she does, in anything literally, in household or in cooking, that is also, I will say, a form of women empowerment, because we are all equally working at home, and it is not just imposed on her because it is expected of her since many years to do it. We all do it equally. So these two aspects, I think, in fields and in different fields or at home, I feel are the best ways to empower women. So.
Okay. Rakesh, tell me about your family. Who are the members in the family? What is their education qualification? What is their income? And what do you do at home? What are the responsibilities you take in the family? And how much financial support do you get from your family? What pocket money do you get? And if you're not getting pocket money, how do you manage your financial requirements?
So.
And whom are you very close to? Whom do you confide in the family?
So.
And how many friends do you have in the neighborhood where you live? And how do you spend time with your friends in the neighborhood?
So in my family, sir, I live in a nuclear family.
Do you hear me?
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
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 Yes, sir. So I live in a nuclear family consisting of my father, mother, me, and my elder sister. My father is currently working as a defense advisor in Bank of Baroda in Bhopal, and he's an ex-army officer as well. But he has done his BTech in civil engineering, and he has also done his MBA. My mother is a homemaker. She has done B.Ed and also MA in Hindi and political science. Then my sister, she is currently pursuing her PhD from the University of Hyderabad in social sciences, and she has done BA in liberal arts, MA in sociology, and MPhil in social sciences. And then at the same time, at home, we spend most of the time I help my family when it comes to, because when it comes to household chores and cooking, such as cooking and dusting, I'm generally not required to do it because by God's blessings, my father has been able to provide us with a cook and a cleaner and a driver as well. So they help us in most ways. But when it comes to otherwise, my mother, if she needs my help in anything, be it ironing clothes, polishing shoes, my father, if he needs help in polishing his shoes, I do that. In dusting the house, in case if in those days when the helpers do not come, I help them in doing it. In cooking as well, I know I help my mother in making basic things like dal and roti and rice. And then if I talk about my income, my family income, my father earns 2 lakh per month, and my
Are you
sister.
able to hear me?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
I see my picture is frozen. Did you also see my picture is frozen, or you see?
Yes, sir, your picture is frozen, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
Yes, sir. So my father earns 2 lakh rupees per month, and my sister gets a stipend for her PhD of 40,000 rupees per month. And my father gives me a pocket money of 5,000 rupees per month, and I use that 5,000 for various purposes. Most of it goes in my savings, but when I have to buy something for myself, or for if I want to treat my friends, or if I want to treat my relatives, my cousins, or even my parents, and if they wish for me to treat them, I treat them using that money. And also when it comes to my neighbors, I do not have many people of my age in my neighborhood. That's why when it comes to my neighborhood, I have not been able to make friends because mostly their children have gone out of station for job, and the younger children are kids. They are very very small, so I play with them when they ask, when they need my accompaniment or anything of that sort. But otherwise, there are no very close friends or someone I talk to every day in my neighborhood. But when it comes to in the city in general, I do because I go to the gym every day, so I have made friends in the gym. So in the weekends, I go out with them, and like I said, I use my pocket money to treat them whenever possible. And at the same time, when it comes to other things which I do for my family, in my sister, she comes home sometimes, and because she lives in Hyderabad, so she does not come home very often. She's very busy with her PhD research, but when she does, we spend time together, and we watch movies together. And when it comes
Okay.
to my
And
family,
whom you confide when you have
and
some
yes,
basic
sir.
issues or the private issues to share?
Yes, sir. So when it comes to my basic issues regarding anything, I confide with my elder sister, because again, she is also a very no nonsense type of person. So her advice is something which really hits like a rock, and I feel that she gives reliable advice. And when it comes to parents, I seek advice and I confide for basic things related to family, related to relatives, with both my parents. But otherwise, with regard to my personal life, with regard to my life with friends, with my work, I share it with my sister.
So
Yes, sir.
your father was a brigadier.
Yes, sir. He was
So
a
what
brigadier.
was he in the army? What was the nature of job that he was doing?
sir, he served in the Indian Army for 35 to 40 years, and he was in the Corps of Engineers. And under Corps of Engineers, he served in the 65 Engineers Regiment. So basically, under that, he has taken part with his with his platoon and with his company in a lot of missions, like creating bridges for the infantry, or even in the border area, setting up the barbed wires, especially in the Uri sector. One that I can recall, which he had shared with me, was setting barbed wires in the Uri sector. So he and his regiment were responsible for that. Later, after working for a few years with his regiment, he joined the Border Roads organization, and he served various high-level positions in BRO. And as a commandant in one of the task forces of BRO in Leh Ladakh, he had made roads. He and his team were responsible for making various roads in Ladakh, and even the Khardungla Pass as well. He has contributed in creating the roads of Khardungla Pass as well.
Okay, good. Alpano, you said your elder sister is also no nonsense. This word you keep frequently using, no nonsense person, and you're saying.
Yes, sir.
So why do you like such people?
Sir, because I feel that it is very easy to communicate with such people, because they, whatever is in their mind, they will speak it out loud. They do not use better words, or they do not try to hide anything to make me feel bad or to impress me. They will say what is there in their mind. So it feels very easy to communicate with them. It feels very easy to express them.
So no nonsense people also have a tendency to scold you or rebuke you. So tell me a few instances where your elder sister or your mother have rebuked you for something.
So my elder sister, when I was a child, right now, very recent, there are no such instances I can recall with her. But when I was a child, I was a little naughty around her. So, and I used to talk. I was very, very talkative as well. So at that time, I used to talk to her even when she was studying for her board exams, and I used to do such naughty things. So that was the time when she scolded me, and she told me, "Don't disturb."
I think it gives me a fair idea about your family.
So,
tell me about your hobbies and interests. How do you spend your spare time? What are the kind of books you read? What do you watch on TV? What do you use internet for? What are the social platforms that you're on? How many friends do you have in those platforms that you use? And what do you do for your physical fitness?
okay, sir. So, sir, my hobbies include reading novels a lot, stories, fictional novels specifically, and also going to the gym is also a hobby, which also contributes to my physical fitness. I go to the gym for 2 hours every day, and that is how that it contributes to my physical fitness. I keep myself fit like that. And when it comes to what kind of books I read, mostly I read fictional books, sir, story books or novels as such. And when it comes to what I watch on TV, I generally don't watch TV that much, but on weekends with my family, if my parents want to watch something, we generally watch any kind of web series, any funny web or funny comedy shows, comedy videos on YouTube together. And when it comes to what I do in my spare time, I generally read books or listen to music. Music is also a very favorite pastime of mine. So I do these things. Then I also, if any friend of mine is free, I talk to that person online. And speaking of social media, I have an Instagram account, but I don't have many followers, because I don't use that account to post anything. I just use it to watch reels and posts of my friends or other famous accounts, and that's why only close friends, 6 or 7 friends of mine, are my followers. And I also send.
How many people are you following on the social media platform?
I'm following a lot of people, so I follow 300 plus people a lot. Though they include news channels or influencers, like comedy influencers, or even a few actors I really like, actors, actresses who I like. such people I follow, and then some motivational speakers as well. So these are
So
the
if you
people I
have
follow.
on a holiday or if you're given a 24-hour free time or totally up to you to utilize this time,
So.
how will you utilize this time?
So, sir, in the morning I wake up at 6:30 a.m. and then I go to the gym for 2 hours. And after coming back from the gym, I have my breakfast, and then I spend some time with my mother in about the previous day, or what are the plans, what are our plans for the rest of the day. And then after that, I study for 3 hours for my CDS exam. Then I go for lunch, watch again, spend time with my. I have lunch with my mother because my father is at work, so it's me and my mother at home. And in case if my mother needs any help, I help her as well. Then after that, in the evenings, early evening, I study again for 1 or 2 hours revision for what I had studied in the morning. And then my father comes back, so I make my parents tea and coffee, whatever they need. And together we have evening snacks and tea together for 1 hour approximately, where my father talks about his
This is
work.
what you do actually, is it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
But I
sir.
am telling you, if you are given those 24 hours free with no commitments, no
Okay.
activity planned for you,
Yes, sir.
or thing, what would you like to do with these 24 hours? Absolutely free.
So there are many things, but the most essential things I would like to do is, I think I would like to play sports more, join a sporting club or anything, because since childhood I have not played much sports like I told you earlier. So I would like to get involved in some sort of
You have only
physical.
24 hours, you cannot get involved in a sport in 24 hours.
I would start learning any sport, sir. Like just start learning
So
in
after
those
this
24
24 hours
hours.
are finished, you will get back to routine. No? So
Uh,
this 24 hours only 24 hours with you.
Yes, sir. I will get back to routine, but in my routine, I will then spare at least 1 hour for what I had begun in these 24 hours. So
Okay.
somehow I'll manage my
Name
time.
some fictional books that you read. Who are your favorite authors?
So, sir, my favorite author is Jane Austen, and she has written the very famous book called Pride and Prejudice. And uh, I like her because she has always written very very influential stories that not only talk about families of the West, but also somehow they are very relatable to every part of the world. Very universal stories she writes. And when it comes to Indian authors, I also have a favorite Indian author, and his name is Amish Tripathi, because I like his books because he's a mythological fiction author. So he turns mythological stories and he retell into.
What kind names of books you read of Mr. Patel?
So I've read a lot of books. So his first three books, which were written on Lord Shiva, which they are known as Immortals of Meluha and Oath of the Vayuputras and Secret of the Nagas. So I've read those books. Then he has also written his second series of books, which are on Lord Ram. So those are Scion of Ikshvaku and Sita, warrior of Mithila, Ravan, the son of
Okay.
Aryavarta. These are the
What do you do
names.
in your 2 hours of gym routine? What do you do?
So, sir, every day is I commit every day to different muscle. So, if I speak of Monday, for example, then I do 6 workouts first. That takes like 1.5 hours. For example, if it's a back day, so I do 6 workouts, which include deadlift, and then there is a pec fly, and there are many more such workouts. 6 is the maximum workout that my personal trainer also recommends me to do. And for 1.5 hours, they go with these workouts. And after that, I do half an hour of cardio, where I either run on the treadmill or do a little bit of cycling, or there is a machine called elliptical. I run on that as well.
So how
So
many pull-ups can you do?
so pull-ups, I still struggle, to be honest, a little. Maximum, I have been able to do only one, not even half of it, not even
So in
one.
2 hours of gymming,
Yes, sir.
you are not able to do even, you're just struggling to do one means it's, which are the muscle groups which are involved in taking a pull-up?
Sorry, sir, I could not hear you.
Muscle group which is involved. You have to pull yourself up.
Yes,
What
sir.
muscle group is
So,
involved
sir,
in?
the muscle groups involved are the shoulder, the delt muscles which are here, and even the forearms and the biceps as well. These are the muscle groups I can recall right now which are involved.
Okay.
So,
I don't know, this gives me a good idea about your how you spend your day.
so
Tell me, what is the latest on the tariff front? Trump had imposed a lot of tariffs on various countries. As far as India is concerned, what is the latest development?
okay, sir. So, the latest development on this front is actually a positive one, because Trump had imposed 50% tariffs last year, and then after that, the 25 he reduced 25% the penal one, and then now, very recently, in the beginning of February itself, what happened was that, according to a few news sources, Trump and our Prime Minister Narendra Modi had come on a call, and they did a few negotiations and agreements as well, in which US promised that the tariffs would be reduced to 18%, and at the same time, India has also given a promise that it would rely more on US when it in fields like technology, or even in automobiles as well. And
So, what are the positives and negatives of this? If whatever we know about this reduction in tariff,
yes, sir.
the commitments which these countries have made to these two countries,
So,
what are the positives and negatives? Positives, you have told me two, three things. Because obviously, tariff reduction is a positive thing.
yes, sir.
But what is the negative fallout of this?
So the negatives are that, which we could also see, is that, and it won't make much of a difference, is that sectors like jewelry, such as agriculture, they are still affected, and their revenues are also still affected. So they still have to pay a lot when it comes to importing from the US. That sector, jewelry, and as much as I can recall, jewelry and even agriculture, they still have not changed much, even though the taxes are low. But maybe the changes will happen. But negatives, as much as I can recall, these are the negatives that are happening right now. And
Okay.
yes, sir.
So, if you want to travel from Bhopal
Yes, sir.
hmm, to London by ship,
So,
okay?
so
So, where will you take the ship from? How will you reach the port from Bhopal by road?
from Bhopal by road, we can reach. We can stop by at Nagpur. Like, for it is a
No, you just tell
journey
the
for.
route. Just don't explain. Just
Okay.
give me the points.
Okay, sir. So from Bhopal to Nagpur, Nagpur to Pune, and then from Pune to Mumbai. Then we can. The port is in Mumbai, so from Mumbai the ship can leave, and then it can stop by at any country in the Middle East first, like, for example, probably Qatar
No,
or
no, you
Oman.
tell the preferred route that you would take. Any country in Middle East is not the thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for.
Okay.
You tell me the general route which is normal. You can't decide the route, no. The ship will take you through the same. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. So, I would probably prefer the Suez Canal route right now, sir, because at this point,
Yes, you know how will you reach Suez Canal?
so, sir, as much as I can recall, from Mumbai, I can stop by at. I'm sorry, sir, I'm not being able to recall a country close to the Suez Canal, but in the African subcontinent, in the country which is closest to the Suez Canal, I can stop by there, and even before that, a few stops at Seychelles maybe, and from Seychelles then to the African subcontinent, and then from there cross the Suez Canal.
Africa
And
is a subcontinent.
sorry, sir, African continent. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
African continent, from Seychelles
So
then
you go
to
to Seychelles and then decide from there where to go.
yes, sir. For now, I cannot recall which country exactly lies close to the Suez
So
Canal.
suppose you go via the Suez Canal, where will you go from there? From Suez Canal, how will you reach London?
So, sir, from Suez Canal, I can dock at Italy or maybe Spain as well, and because these are closer to the coast, so from there I can dock, and then from these countries, through air routes, I can reach London.
Okay, good.
So,
Tell me, what is greenhouse effect?
sorry, sir, I cannot recall right now.
Okay. Uh, we keep hearing about El Nino, La Nina, and all. Can you explain one of these? El Nino effect and La Nina effect and all. You say no, global warming is causing all this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is the El Nino?
Sir, I cannot recall the full form of Eleanor right now, but when it comes to global warming as a subject, as much as I can recall, when it comes to global warming internationally, the United Nations organization has been making, for years, has been making a lot of agreements and a lot of meetings regarding this issue. But recently, as in last year, after U.S. President Donald Trump came to his second term, as much as I can recall, he removed America from, like he's being held responsible for removing America from the Paris Agreement, which is a very important agreement signed to battle climate change and global warming. So that is why in this
Okay.
particular,
They have, which is the mainstay of our Air Force? Which plane is the aircraft is the mainstay of our Air Force these days? The most, okay, it's the most sophisticated aircraft that we have in the Air Force.
Sir, considering its performance in Operation Sindoor last year, the Rafale is currently the mainstay. Not only because of its performance it has shown in Operation Sindoor, but also because it is currently the newest, the latest, and the most advanced 4.5 generation fighter aircraft that we have. So Rafale, the French origin Rafale, is currently the mainstay. But at
Which is the aircraft that you indigenously developing?
Sir, indigenously we are developing the HAL Tejas, sir. Tejas or LCA Light Combat Aircraft Tejas, being developed by HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and also by Aeronautical Development Agency. Yes, sir.
Okay. These days there's a lot of talk about hypersonic missiles.
Yes, sir.
What are these?
So hypersonic missiles are, so if I tell you in simple words, there is a speed of sound, and the speed of sound is considered as a standard barrier, and for speed in specific, for aircraft specifically. So when it comes to the speed of sound, there is a terminology known as Mach. We use Mach 1 as the speed of sound. So any aircraft or any missile which crosses Mach 5, which is 5 times the speed of sound, those missiles are known as hypersonic missiles, and they are currently the super fast missiles used or
So
being
do you have
made.
any?
Sir, we do not have any, but we are currently developing hypersonic missile right now in the planning stage.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are the qualities you think are your strengths? Name 2 qualities that are your strengths and some qualities which you feel you need to.
Okay, sir. So if I speak of my strengths, sir, I believe that I am punctual, and I like to complete things on time or before time, and I always like setting deadlines for any work, and
Okay,
always
punctual. Second quality.
punctual, sir. And then second quality, sir, I feel that when it comes to my family or my loved ones in general, I feel I have a sense of empathy and care for them. It comes naturally to me.
And what are the qualities you would like to improve?
When it comes to improving, sir, I wish that I take my work less seriously, because I tend to think a lot about consequences sometimes, and that's why I hit a lot towards perfection, which causes a little stress in my mind. So I wish to
Okay.
yeah.
Anything else?
And sir, also when my friends, they in arguments or anything, small little arguments, if they blame me for something I have not done, I tend to get a little perturbed. But that is something I am working on a lot, and I would like to improve on that and have a more calm approach compared to what I have right now.
Okay.
Yes,
What do
sir.
you think is the biggest achievement till date? Just one. Just name it.
So my biggest achievement till date was when I cleared the AFCAT exam last year in the first attempt.
Okay, good.
So,
And what is the biggest regret so far?
so my biggest regret is that one of my grandfather's younger brother, my Chote Nanaji, I called him. He passed away last year, so I regret that I did not give him that much time whenever I met him. I wish I could have. That is the biggest regret I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, one last question. If God appears before you and grants you two wishes, what will you ask for? Just tell me two things that you will ask for. Don't explain anything.
So first, I'll ask for a lot better health of my parents, and second, I will ask for giving less stress to my sister and my friends on their work front. So these are the two things I will ask for. I don't need to ask, I don't wish to ask anything for myself, because I think my parents have given me enough in every way.
Okay.
Yes.
Right, Alpano, it's been wonderful talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
I have thoroughly enjoyed interacting with you. I have asked you a lot of questions. Do you want to ask me anything?
No, sir, no questions. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, how do you rate your interview in this on a scale of 10? How do you think you have performed in this interview?
So I did my best and I was confident, I feel. So I did my best, that's the only thing I would say. Rating wise, I would say 7 or 8. 8.
Okay. Right. Alpano, with that, we come to the end of your interview. So, it was quite a elaborate interview. You were taken more than 1 hour.
Yes.
A few things which I'm sure others are listening now.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Yeah.